Stopping overnight, protests breaking out in Minneapolis after a federal officer shoots a man during a traffic stop. Video shows demonstrators lighting fireworks and throwing objects, including gas canisters. Homeland Security Secretary says officers were trying to stop a man they believe was in this country illegally. They say he drove off, crashed into a parked car, then ran. Officials say the officer caught up with the man, and then the man assaulted the officer with two others joining in. That's when the officer fired, hitting the man in the leg.
I've seen conduct from ICE that is disgusting and is intolerable. If it were your city, it would be unacceptable there too. And for anyone that is taking the bait tonight, stop. That is not helpful. Go home. We cannot counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos.
Well, both the officer and the man was shot, was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The other two people who got involved in that melee is in police custody.
And Ken, in response to those protests in Minneapolis, the president is threatening to send in the military to quell those protests. He posted to Truth Social within the hour. If the corrupt politicians of Minnesota do not obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their jobs, he says he will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty taking place in Minnesota. Minnesota state and local leaders have called for federal immigration agents to the city, saying they are only exacerbating tensions on the ground.
This shooting happened just a week after a woman was shot to death in that very same city. Last night in Raleigh, people gathered in Moore Square to honor Renee Good and speak out against the immigration operations. There have been several protests across the Triangle following Renee Good's death. Happening
overnight, another shooting involving a federal officer causing chaos in Minneapolis. Protesters gathering at the scene, setting off fireworks and throwing rocks at police. The city's police chief calling for calm.
The crowd is engaging in unlawful acts.
DHS says federal officers stopped an immigrant from Venezuela who allegedly resisted arrest. DHS claiming two other people joined the struggle, and the original target began striking the officer with, quote, a shovel or broomstick, adding the officer was fearing for his life and fired, hitting the man in the leg. The city's mayor speaking out.
This is an impossible situation that our city is presently being put in.
Meanwhile, Democratic Governor Tim Walz writing, I know you're angry, I'm angry. What Donald Trump wants is violence in the streets. Don't give him what he wants. While Trump's Deputy Attorney General posting that ICE agents are doing their jobs, adding Waltz and Fry, I'm focused on stopping you from your terrorism by whatever means necessary. This is not a threat. It's a promise. This just the latest in a growing wave of confrontations between residents and federal officers in Minneapolis, sparked by the shooting of Renee Nicole Good by an ICE officer a week ago. The Trump administration saying the mother of three weaponized her car and was a threat to the agent, which has been disputed by local politicians. And yesterday, DHS saying the officer suffered internal bleeding after the incident. The White House also defending ICE's actions in Minnesota.
We are going out up to the worst of the worst.
While a lawyer for the Good family is demanding answers.
Our understanding is that the mission coming into Minneapolis was to get the worst of the worst. I can tell you one thing, Renee Good was the best of the best.
Her family this morning remembering the 37-year-old mother of three as a beautiful light.